Alright, we are live and ready to go. I got bored, so I started early. You can't stop me. So hello to all you crazy people out there and welcome back to Satisfactory. Last we left off, I stayed up like 13 hours trying to get this factory up and running. It is up and running, but poorly. As it turns out, Liquid does have a lot more going on with it than what I would have initially thought. So we have a lot of problems to fix with this. This is a band-aid solution of me just trying to get the fluids moving. So I'm trying to at least get all of it going past just the first few reactors here. Which I mean, they are working, but not enough. I definitely needed to have all these split up because having just one master pipe is not working. And so everything is kind of dysfunctional. But it might fix most of its issues over time with the pumps that I have here. Because you're pumping things from there. This pipe has some fluids in it. Definitely needs more in it. Like, I don't know. I think this is also meant to it's meant to give head lift and not actually pump things. So I don't know. This might not work. I can still hear some of them shutting on and off. But I also think that's just because there's that all the pumps haven't finished transferring. I know this one needs a lot. But you don't have too much to pump, so like he's inactive, there's nothing to pump. Because there's not too much here. Which I don't know why. Like this one should be pumping it in here, but maybe not. So maybe we just add another. This band-aid solution definitely annoys me, but again, can't think of anything else. So. It's helping a little bit. Really, I just need all of it to get out of here. Because it's all getting stuck in here. So let's add another. Is it all in here too? Yeah. Let's add two then. Where do I plug y'all into? Into that. Is there any other one I can plug into? No. Very well. Let's add another. Need to get as much out as I can. I can figure out how to attach all these things. Let's see. It says attach to a beam. I think I tested that before. Let's add a beam. Is that yet another? I guess we don't need to add more. I'm trying to get it out faster. It's not pumping enough. And hopefully that works. I'm really hoping I don't have to tear all this down and redo it. But that's what it's looking like I'm going to have to do. I'm pretty sure none of these are even on. Oh wait, I can also do a thing. I can have you share and pump out. Get rid of my access and maybe that'll help even things out. So you're not getting any fill, huh? Although it is all filling up the pipes. Just because it has to go up. Also, it's just going back first. Yeah, it has to go backwards first. And then it starts working its way up. Pipes are weird. So gravity is definitely at play with pipes. It's not like conveyor belts at all. Which someone did warn me of, but how much turbo fuel are you producing and consuming, by the way? I am producing and consuming, let's see. Where are my numbers for that? I'm assuming 1,050. No, that's for the sulfur. Is whatever 18.75 times 64 is. Which I know I have it written down somewhere. I just don't see where that is. So 1875 times 64, 1200. Alright, so I'm producing and using 1200 turbo fuel per minute. So it should technically balance out, but it is not because fluids. Yeah, it's not even getting up here. It's not going to get up here either, I'm pretty sure. Even with me trying to saturate the pumps a little bit. Because gravity refuses to let it go up here. So I would need all these are on now. But yeah, it's only because I plugged it into the reserve. And you're not doing anything because it still isn't getting anything. Well, you're getting something. Yeah, you're getting something. So then your angle isn't too high, but the ones on the other side are too high. I'm going to have to redesign my entire plant. Or I could just ignore it and let it sit here forever. This is still just a learning experience. Can't talk. Yeah, it's just a learning experience, so at the end of the day, this is fine. I'll just make sure I do it better the next time I have to do all this. I've built mine for 2250 turbo fuel. I can only recommend letting every pipe fully fill up before starting your generators. Well, I thought I was doing that, but apparently turning them off doesn't stop them from powering. It just disconnects them from the grid, or at least turning them off from the power switch, because I still had them off, but then they all turned on anyway. So I would have to go through one by one and turn each of them on standby, which that doesn't seem like a good idea. So like the turbo fuel generators are here, but if I turn it off, all it does is disconnect it from the grid. Because they're all still on, I'm sure. Yeah, they're all still on. All it did is disconnect it from the grid, so then I'm using my battery power. So I don't know what the switch is supposed to do. How is that supposed to help? Unless I hooked it up wrong, but I don't think I did. Let's see, you are the 1, 2, 3, fourth one. Yeah, I meant putting them on standby. Oh. Well, good to know that's the only way to shut them down. Brr. And then I have to go through and that's 64 generators I have to manage though. And that's a pain. This whole factory is a pain and it's empty now. But these still aren't on. They are still not on because fluids can't flow this way. He got a drop. He got a taste of it. Okay, so let me see. All these band-aid solutions are not going to work for the long run, probably. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna plug you in. Somewhere here. Let me just go over there. I don't care about visual appeal anymore. I'm just trying to see if I can get this working. That should pump for you. Maybe. Kinda, sorta. Even if I did turn all these off, that still wouldn't help because it's just the fluids just aren't flowing. I mean, they're full, so it's not like they're using that much. Are you inactive? How are you inactive? The pipes, they're full. How are you not doing anything? All these are full. It's not sending it anywhere. It's not sending it anywhere. Yeah, this is a problem. It's all backed up here. This is where it's getting backed up. I see that now. But these are working to try and send it out, but... Okay, so if it's getting backed up there, I'll try to see if turning them off does anything. Probably not. Let's see if I turn off all of these. Because y'all will always get fuel anyway. Y'all are literally right across from it. Then all of these are going to start overflowing with turbo fuel. Shouldn't, I guess. As long as it's going in the pipes. Why can't a power switch manage y'all? What's the point of a power switch? If not to turn on and off, not just disconnect from the grid. If that's all a power switch does. They're all working, they're all working, they're all working, they're all working. And they kind of stop back here. Still emptying it out, so the pumps, the pipes have to be saturating. It's just not saturating fast enough. Now you're saturated. With all of those using power, we're still not withdrawing from our reserve. Let me put on my glasses so I can see chat, because I can't see diddly. When all your pipes are completely filled up, then the moment a machine uses some, it gets replaced by the newly produced fluid. But this only works if everything is absolutely completely filled. Oh, that's a pain. So I have to literally go through, turn off every single generator, and then turn them all back on before my entire grid shuts down. That's not fun. If that's the case, then I could also get rid of some pumps. I do hate the band-aid solution. If that also is the case, so then when building these, I should have had them all on standby and waited for the pipes to all fill. Learning things, learning lots of things. Pipes are a pain. This is what I've learned today and last night after 13 hours of trying to fix this. Well, it wasn't all spent just purely on you. Let's see. Does it still fill up even when it's on standby? I don't know. I feel like you aren't trying to draw it in. I guess it wouldn't matter. Even if it's on standby, it should still fill up, right? Yeah, you aren't getting anything. Let's turn off all the other ones. We'll see how this works after the fact. Hopefully our grid doesn't break. Although, if that happens, just turning them on will fix that. I guess I could be doing this. It'd be faster. And stop flying. Why are you still going up? You're on. We missed one way down there, I see. Still not drawing from the grid. Or from the power batteries. Storage batteries. How did I miss one? Okay. And y'all still aren't getting anything. They tried. Even with the reserve filling up the pipes, that didn't help. In fact, all these have lost power now. And they were filled up. Okay, hopefully if this works, and I'll just go in reverse. Get the furthest ones to fill up first. They are starting to fill up now, and they do fill up on standby. Good confirmation. Alright, we're starting to get closer to our... Yep, there's the batteries. Alright, so we're at the point where we're on the time crunch now. It's not good. Are all of these off? I think so. I see all yellows. Oh, there's a red. 2 reds. 4 reds. Stop pulling. Stop pulling. We have like 46 minutes of power. Because I am drawing like crazy. That should be plenty of time though. $40 minutes of power. At least these are starting to get fuel, so that's good. We're starting to get fuel now, which is fantastic. Also, I'm not sure since I just tuned in, but it seems like you connected a ton of machines to just one pipe. Pipes can only handle 300 to 600 fluids respectively, so that must be problematic. Yeah, so I discovered. I kind of assumed with the flow of the things, it would just keep going down to try to saturate outwards. Like I knew there was a limit to how much each pipe could handle, but I assumed kind of like how you do the manifold technique with the conveyor belt. But fluids don't play the same way. They do not play nice at all. So they all just getting stuck here. And yeah, I discovered that I absolutely needed to split this into multiple pipes, not just one monster pipe, because I was trying to be as compact as I could, and that ended up costing me a mountain of efficiency and a mountain of problems. So, yay me. But good to know the next time I ever build one of these. Also, all y'all appear to be on. Weird. No power. Wait, are you not plugged in? Yeah, you plugged in. Stand by. All of you are on standby. You're plugged in, right? Plugged into that, plugged into that, that, sharing with that. So, yep, plugged in. So, why does it say red? Should it be yellow? I guess y'all never turned on? I don't know. Manifold light does not work well with fluids. Yeah, someone warned me of that. But I had to see for myself. And now I see. I see greatly. I see painfully. I thought I turned you off. Alright, so these are starting to fill up, which is good. You're starting to get the fluids around. Now he's starting to fill up. And they need 18.75 just to turn on. Now they're yellow. So they got a taste of the good life. We have 30 minutes to get this to work. So as soon as it goes around, I think the back is going to be the slowest. Or would you be the slowest? Nope, it'll be you. So as soon as he gets to 50, we can start going backwards. But we at least have fuel going into the pipes. Very slowly. Very slowly. Okay, and that turned off all of them, right? I don't see any smoke. So I think we got them all off. Which means now it's just a matter of waiting and hoping that our grid can handle it for another 40 minutes. It should. We built a lot of batteries. Discharge rate of roughly 1,000, we'll say 1,500, about 1,000. About 1,000. We have 1,400 stored power. And we should make it. Make sure the pipes are really filled up first too before turning the gens back on. Such a pain. Are these done? They stopped doing anything. Oh dear. My whole factory's about to back up now. Yeah, these stopped doing anything because they're backed up on. Because these are... Okay. Yeah. The ones in the back can't do anything. Because they're backed up on fuel. So the ones in the front are doing anything, trying to saturate everything. This one's full at least. Or the pipe's full. The pipe is full. Okay. What about the one in front? He is full. Is the pipe full? The pipe is full. Okay. So it looks like we got it. So then we shouldn't need the pumps anymore, right? The pumps just add head lift anyway. I'm going to try without the pumps. If the pumps are necessary, then I know I just need to redo everything. Because I don't want pumps everywhere. Trying to circulate from what you said, it should automatically fill back in where space is available. As long as the pipes are all full. So hopefully that will be the case. Yep. Throughout issues, you're going to run into problems later, even if you turn it on with everything filled up. Oh. Why you gotta depress me like that? So I'm just gonna have to redesign all this. Yeah, I kinda figured. It's not that big of a deal. It's a big deal. I didn't design this in mind with multiple pipes. I tried to do it with all one pipe. I was like, oh yeah, I'll be smart. As long as I keep the flow going this way. It's not like it's ever gonna back up. As long as it's always going to where there's empty space, the pipe should be fine. I was horribly, horribly wrong. It looks like you're keeping up. Oh, because everything's shutting down. Yeah, everything's backing up because everything's exact numbers. So everything's shutting down, literally. So I'm not ever going to hit the precipice of my grid shutting down. Because I don't have anything set to produce more than what's necessary. If it ever gets to that point, then other things start shutting down. I've only ever used pumps for head lift, unnecessary on flat surfaces. Also always fully load balance my build. Well, I thought, like I said, I was being smart. I was not. But, lesson learned. It looks like everything is full. And I think I got rid of all the pumps. Because they weren't doing anything anyway. They were trying. They tried their best. I don't see any pumps anywhere. But again, they weren't doing anything anyway. Yeah, we got rid of all the pumps. Which means I can also get rid of that bar. I think we left you here too. Okay. So yeah, we don't have to worry about the grid anymore. Everything turned off, so no longer on a time crunch. Just a matter of waiting for fluids to fill. Yeah, there's no wrong way to play Satisfactory, so you're fine. I disagree. Then again, people would point to just game it out, so I say, yeah, there's no wrong way. I still disagree. The wrong way is any inefficient way. Ada would not approve. You must play the Ada approved way. Now let's turn on the first one. You filled up instantly. That is good. Yep. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Still doing good. Which means some of y'all should start turning back on now. Maybe. We're using some. Let's turn on all the back ones first. Let's see what happens. Still filling up. Still doing good. Okay. The wrong way is an inefficient way. Then you should always low balance even fluids. Now look. I was trying to be compact. Compact is very efficient. And when I start calculating everything for load balancing, I have people saying, why not just use a smart splitter? Like, that doesn't seem very fun if you're just using a smart splitter to throw things out. You are on, I saw that. So that one turned on, okay. They're just the ones in the back. Are y'all still full? Looks like they're doing okay. They're doing okay back here. And it does fill back up pretty much immediately. Maybe. Alright, let's start turning on more. I'm still probably going to, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to end up redesigning this or just leave it as a learning experience. It's not like I'm ever going to just have one world. This is my first time playing the game, so at some point I imagine I'm going to start over and say, alright, let's use everything I've learned from before to make the perfect factory world. Now that I actually understand all the mechanics. Alright, so we'll turn on the next row. Double check the back. My fuel factory uses 500 power shards, and I've not even moved to rocket fuel or even iodized fuel yet. I don't even have those unlocked, so looks like you're still keeping up. This is what I wanted to do the first time. I was like, I should get the pipes full first before I turn anything on. But like I said, the power switch did not work. At least your factory looks pretty slick. Yeah, I traded beauty for functionality. Not a good idea in factory builds, I imagine. You have to find the right balance. And my balance was not in my favor. I lost all manners of productivity doing that. Wait, that was on. Let's see. Well, looks like we're doing okay. And also a power switch for y'all is useless unless I just really want to disconnect you from the grid, but can't imagine why I would do that. Okay, still doing good. Let's see, left one you off. Alright, and the back route here. Still doing good. Yes. Yes, it did immediately fill back up. This is good. If this had worked like I wanted the first time, I probably wouldn't have this big headache. But I didn't know fuel generators automatically turn on, and that the power switch was useless for them. But now I know what the power switch does. It doesn't just turn things off, it just disconnects them from the grid. That's all it's doing. So if something like this that's self-sufficient is able to turn on, it will turn on. It doesn't care if it's connected to a grid or not. Which also means that it's a good thing I didn't plug in the geothermal generators into the grid or a power switch, because that wouldn't have done anything either. It would have just disconnected it. Wouldn't turn it off. There's no way to turn that off. Or probably is. There's probably a switch on there. Yep, now we understand power switches. So yay us. Still doing good? No. Oh no. Yep, there it goes. There goes the problem. Now look at that. The power switch split grids, not disconnect stuff from the grid. Splits grids. It seems to disconnect it. Like all it does is break the connection to the grid. So like if something needs to be powered, when it's not connected to the grid, it can't get the power, so then it just turns off that way. But something like turbo fuel generators that are self-sufficient and don't need a grid to function. Yeah, this is going to shut off. So that still didn't work. Which means I just have to redesign this. Are you working? Nope. This is going to shut off too. They're all drawing in too much from the front, and then they just don't go anywhere. What about you? Looks like you're still full. Yeah, you're still filling-ish up. What are my numbers here? See, this is my thought process. 1875 a minute. That little bit flows out and goes into, no wait, it's 18, because you can handle, you make more than that. You're making 75 per minute. So 75 per minute goes out, flows in. There's a lot of empty space in every single pipe. So then it starts going there and filling up all the pipes. This one joins in, that makes 150. 150 is handled by these, is 200. So then that keeps going out, filling in. Then this one makes, what is it, 325 or something like that. 75, 75, so that's 225, yeah. 225 still handled. And then at a certain point it has to be a Mach 3 because it's handling all four of those. But then it still should be plenty of room between all the pipes. But that's a manifold technique that does not apply to fluids, so, and these have already shut off. Yeah, pipes empty out now because you have refineries on a single pipe. Yeah, so I discovered. I didn't design this in a way for there to be multiple pipes. If I wanted to do that, I would have had just one refinery per 4 and just split it between that way. Because each one of these can handle 4 generators. That's how the math works out. There's 16 of these, 64 of those. But that doesn't seem to work. Okay. We just have to bite the bullet here. We got to bite the bullet. Bites the bullet good. Shut everything down. Shut her all down. Sulfur mines off. Coal off. Everything off. Quickwire off. Everything is off. This didn't work as much as we wanted it to work. It did not work. So everything should be you are not off. Are you still on? How are you still operating? All of y'all is still operating. The master switch should turn everything off. That doesn't work. Okay. So that also is not how power switches work. Good to know. Just turn it off one by one then. I'm learning a lot about power switches today. Even with it, I thought, I don't know how y'all work. Power switch off. I don't know how y'all work. Everything is off now. Okay. Alright, so all of y'all failed. You failed miserably. You tried and you failed. So we're about to lose a lot of fluids here, but that's fine. Capacity 33, but you're disconnected from the grid, so you aren't doing anything. I'm surprised you even powered on. Is there any point in turning y'all off? Yes. No, not really, but I'm turning y'all off anyway. It's okay. I just have to hit a switch 64 times and then another 64. Was that 128? I had to hit these switches 128 times plus the 64 I did before that. Because I love hitting switches. Who doesn't love going around flipping switches? This is my job now. I did this to myself. It's okay. I realized the error of my ways immediately after everything started turning on. I already knew what was going to happen. I already knew what I was going to do. I already knew I was going to redo my pipes. Because I already saw it was just going to be a problem. I just didn't realize how big of a problem it was going to be. I mean, I get power, but if I'm only getting half the power of these things, there's no point. I could have just gone with 32 generators instead of the 64. But can't do that because everything is calibrated to 64, which means I'll have stuff turning off. And things backing up. We can't have that. I guess this gives time for my sinks to catch up and get rid of all the excess rubber. Because they have a lot of rubber backed up too. Which is weird. The rubber probably did catch up while all these fuel generators or refiners are turned off. Because they aren't producing turbo fuel, then I'm not getting rid of heavy oil residue. If I'm not getting rid of heavy oil residue, then the rubber and plastic refineries aren't going to do anything because they're backed up on heavy oil residue. There's a whole chain reaction here. Why couldn't you be simple like a coal factory? But then you wouldn't produce as much power. The more power, the more convoluted it's got to be. Can't wait to get to nuclear factories. That'll be all the fun. Priority switches only work with other priority switches. Well, that's useless to me. I thought it disconnects everything connected to it from the grid. I guess it's not directly connected to it. Okay, so I have to make everything a priority switch then to fix that. Which I might be able to do now. I think I have the... Yeah, I can do that now. So I can turn everything into a priority switch. I couldn't before because I didn't have the to do so, but now that I do, is everything off? Y'all are red and or yellow. Yellow can be powered, but it's on standby. Red is it can't be powered. Okay. So we got all this done. Everything is off. I see no white smoke. I missed two. Oil be pain. Oil is fine. Everything after that is the pain. I can deal with oil. Kinda. I wonder if my oil thing needs to be redone. I should double check that. You were not on, you just smoke residue. Everything is off then. Let me double check my oil before I start working on y'all. But I think oil is fine. It doesn't look like I'm losing productivity with that. Heavy oil residue, because I actually split these up. And then I had them join in certain places. So I did add a pump here though, but I guess that's useless. Yeah, the pump don't do anything. I think because some of these were actually losing fluids. So I might have to redo these too. They seem to be nice and full. I guess they seem to have saturated themselves. Probably from getting backed up though. I assume these will fill up faster though, since I have them coming in from 2 places, 3 places? How many places? 1, 2, 3. I'm coming in from 3 places. So the heavy oil, all those, no, there should be 4 places. Yeah, 2 here. 1, 2. Get rid of you. 1, 2. I think I need to add more. What if I took something from the top? 1, 2, let's do 3. Can I go straight across? You can, it won't look pretty though. So this whole factory just needs to be redesigned. I'm not touching nuclear before I've unlocked particle accelerator, nuclear recycling. I'm assuming to get rid of nuclear waste. I see I still have rubber backed up. Fun. Not as much. It's not in the machine, so the machines are emptied out. Which is fine. Can I just have... I could just have these on the ground. I had them up because I tried to keep everything off the ground. I think I can have the pipes on the ground though. Nope, can't have them over here. They have to be up over here. But over here they can be down. I don't know how much that helps me. Probably doesn't. Probably doesn't help me. I don't know. I'm still trying to understand fluids. Let me see. Okay, so the oil part of this. Oil seems to have done fine. To my knowledge, there were no issues with oil. But also did a bit better with the flow of this one. So like the cap never exceeds what can be handled by the pipes. So like a 600 oil refinery or oil extractor has its own pipe. So it's all just one extractor. And then the 300s combine into a level 2 to make another 600. So oil is fine, I think. Heavy oil residue, on the other hand, is where things start getting sloppy. Just like my turbo fuel. So, does it ever cap out? 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, where are we? 200, 250, 300, Mach 2, 3, 4, and then it stops. So then, I think I went backwards. Are these Mach, that's a Mach 1. Mach 2, so it goes out this way. Okay. Fuse blown, grid shut down. Who shut down? Let me think, what's going that was shut down? Because nothing connected to the grid shut down. Who's using a biofuel? No one should be. The only thing connected to biofuel was the cement, and that bin shut down. I will have to double check to see what's blown. Nothing should have blown. It's not even you, because then it would have asked me to flip the switch. Right? Yeah, it's not you, so something somewhere else. So how much was that? 300, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 50 is 400. So a Mach 2 pipe should be able to handle all this. This is a handle 600. So that should be fine. So I think heavy oil residue is fine. This really is just turbo fuel then. Because I have these split up and I have them sharing just in case. So if flow rate ever gets a little questionable, they can at least share with their overhead lift. But would rather it not do that. I would rather go without the weird little arch, but there's no other way I could think to connect them and still lead in the other pipes like this one, because it has to go in from the side. It can't go in from the top. I mean, it could go over, I guess. And then what about you? Why did I loop you around this way instead of... Oh, I didn't. Where are you then? You're the one I was just looking at. Because they all have to go to the left. You go to the left, you go there. You could just go straight across. I don't know why I did a head lift. I guess I want them all to be uniform. But let's just have you go across. So we don't have any weird head lift scenarios. That we don't need. As for you, you technically can't because the belt is in the way. The only way to fix that is to raise it, which I cannot do because that conflicts with the oil. It's probably the best we can do. Unless... Hold on. Yeah, clip straight into the belt. Okay, so nothing we can do with that. This one has to have a head lift. This one... Technically... Because this is... What is this? I have one going in here, which is a weird place to go into because you're kind of pumping in that direction. You should pump into the other direction. Don't know why I did that. Let's see. I guess because it would curve. Yeah, that's why I did that. I don't think I can... Oops. I wasn't trying to do that. I'd like it if I can curve out, but you're not going to let me do that, are you? That's why we went there. That's so inefficient. This one doesn't clip anything. That's the problem. This one clips everything. It's not going to let me move it out. Where is your straight?